I met a rich guy, so let's break up.
Huh? Then why don't you let my little sister stay with you?
Every single one of those lights has a meaning, and inside them, people are living their lives. People laughing with their loved ones, or people crying alone with their arms around their knees. It's impossible to know everything about everyone's lives, and that fact just makes my heart ache.
I wonder what you're doing right now.
I narrow my eyes at the city lights, and my soft whisper was swallowed up by the night sky. And in a certain apartment room somewhere, this is where my life was. My girlfriend of 1 year and I talked about moving in together to see if we were ready for marriage. It's been almost half a year now. She left it messy again. We're two people who grew up in different environments and lived different lives. I thought some clashing of opinions was unavoidable. But it's also true that frustration over the other person's lifestyle can build up. What I learned after moving in together is that she's absolutely terrible at anything remotely related to chores.
Whoever cares about it more should just do it, right? It's not like gender roles are strictly divided these days anyway. Right person for the right job. I think the one who's better at it should just handle it.
Twirling the ends of her hair without a hint of guilt, my girlfriend, Kaede, stated her opinion. I thought so too, but we need to cooperate, right? We have to compromise. Because it's impossible for me to do everything for you.
Yeah, okay. I'll make an effort.
Living together might be a really difficult thing. We decided to live together before getting engaged because it's important to see if our lifestyles match, but over the past 6 months, I'd unexpectedly started to think that we might not be compatible when it comes to living together. Even so, this kind of thing is common. I didn't intend to give up on her right away, but
I met a rich guy, so let's break up.
Huh? You met someone? Wait, how did you even meet him?
On a dating app. That's how we met too, so it's not that weird, right?
No, wait. It's true that we met and started dating through a dating app. But I deleted my account the moment I started dating Kaede. I uninstalled the app a year and a half ago.
About a month ago, we had a pretty heated argument, or rather, a fight, right? I checked the app for the first time in a while then, and I got quite a few responses, you know. It made me happy. It even reminded me of how happy I was when I matched with you, Shun.
I wasn't asking about that. I'm just shocked you still hadn't deleted it. And you checked the app because we fought? Does that mean you were looking for your next guy?
I wasn't thinking that far ahead at the time, but I guess that's how it turned out.
In other words, she's the kind of woman who will keep shopping for other men every time we argue and fight in the future. She should have officially ended things with her current boyfriend before doing something like that. That was the one thing I couldn't compromise on. So then let's break up. Pack your bags and get out. I won't help you. I had gotten completely used to cleaning up her messes, but this time I wouldn't. Kaede looked at me with a pouty face that said, "Couldn't you at least help a little? But who does she think I am?" I realized for the first time that I wasn't soft enough to help clean up the mess of an unfaithful person's romance. So that's what happened, and I broke up with her. In the enclosed space of a karaoke room, I, Shun, was confessing the whole story to my childhood best friend, Kota.
Seriously? Are you okay, Shun? You were living together with marriage in mind, so you must have really loved her.
Well, it's true that I managed to compromise on her incompatible lifestyle for the past 6 months because I loved her. But I don't know. Once I finally realized how unfaithful she was, my feelings cooled down completely in an instant.
I could never imagine doing that. You're kind, sincere, and you can handle most chores. Above all, the gap when you sing is just insane. If I were a woman, I'd fall for you instantly and never be able to move on.
Actually, I became obsessed with music in middle school after I started playing an old guitar that belonged to my father. I have experience playing as a guitarist and vocalist in bands through middle school, high school, and college. Still cherishing that passion, I now work as a full-time employee at a specialty musical instrument store. By the way, Kota is the one who spread the rumor around school and middle school that my singing voice was amazing, and he has always been the one most obsessed with my talent. More than the breakup, I'm just wondering what to do about my apartment since the lease is still active. The rent is pretty high, so I do want to move, but it had only been a little over 6 months since I moved in. I still have more than a year left on my contract.
Then why don't you let my little sister stay with you?
Huh? While making such a wild proposal, Kota operated the karaoke remote as if he just thought of something and handed me the mic. No. How did we end up there? Your sister, you mean Erica? She's a grown woman now.
Actually, she's moving back here soon. I would have let her stay at my place, but it's almost time for my business trip. I was just thinking that I'd be worried leaving my sister alone right after she gets back.
Still, letting your sister stay at a guy's house at her age. Kota, what are you thinking?
Because it's your house, and I trust you, obviously. Look, the song is starting.
Kota always requests songs he wants me to sing. That part is fine, but... Why don't you come to my place?
I'm coming! Take care of my sister. Let's go beyond the period. Woo!
Your methods are too forceful. I was forced to sing that famous song starting with that iconic phrase at this exact timing. My best friend took that as my answer and happily started dancing. In other words, I got set up. It was the moment he completely took advantage of my nature to start singing properly, no matter the situation once a song starts.
It's been a while, Shun.
2 weeks after that proposal, the one who came to my house was my best friend's younger sister, Erica. I had heard from Kota that she left home after graduating from high school and had been going with the flow, moving from place to place. She decided to come back to this town for the first time in a while. It's been a while. I'm glad to see you looking well.
I'm sorry for staying over so suddenly. I'll be in your care for a while. I found a job. It's just part-time, but I'll properly give you money for living expenses.
Yeah. I knew this, but you're so responsible. You've completely grown into a mature woman. Erica had wandered from place to place, blended into the lifestyles there, and worked to survive. I think she has experiences that I, who have always lived in this town, couldn't even imagine. Even so, I still couldn't help but wonder if it was really okay for Erica, for clearly grown into an adult woman, to live in my house. Just to be sure, are you really okay with staying at my place? By the way, I had asked Kota this question over and over for the past 2 weeks, only to get a blank stare in return.
Huh? I have nothing to worry about if it's you.
That's what he said. I can tell he trusts me, but I feel like it shouldn't just end with that. So, even though I knew it was too late now, I decided to ask her directly for her intentions. I mean, a man and a woman living together, there are bound to be things to worry about, right?
Huh? I'm fine since it's you, Shun.
Seriously, these siblings. I mean, I'm glad they trust me, but should I really be happy about this? That being said, I knew she had no relatives other than her brother. Having just returned, it would take time to find a place of her own. Despite my complicated feelings, considering the circumstances, I couldn't say no, and so my cohabitation with Erica began.
Welcome home. The bath is ready.
I'm home. The next day, when I came home, the house was cleaner than before I left in the morning, and the mouth-watering smell of dinner drifted through the air. You made dinner for us?
Yes, there was a sale at the supermarket nearby, so I bought some ingredients. It'll be ready soon, so please go ahead and take a bath first. Good work today, Shun.
Washing away the fatigue of the day in perfectly warm water before dinner is pure bliss for me. Ah, paradise. I'm the type who wants to take a bath the moment I get home. Partially to get clean, but also because I've always been obsessed with the thrill of singing in the bath. How long has it been since I was able to take a bath before dinner like this? Kaede was the type who wanted to eat dinner first, so for the past 6 months, I always had dinner first. I'm out. Sorry for leaving the dinner entirely to you.
Not at all. Were you able to take a relaxing bath?
Yeah, thanks to you. I really appreciate it. Erica started working part-time at a bookstore near my place. She seems to get home just a bit earlier than I do. This fried chicken is incredibly delicious. It tastes somewhat nostalgic.
Really? I'm so glad. It was worth the effort. There's still plenty left, so please have seconds.
To be honest, it's something I couldn't have imagined when I was living with Kaede, so I'm actually a bit bewildered. But the time I spend with Erica is somehow comforting. So much so that I instinctively surrender myself to how pleasant it feels. Hey, Erica, isn't it hard doing the housework every day? Since we're living together, I was thinking we should split the chores.
It's fine. I may not look it, but I've always done things on my own, so it doesn't change much for me. Until recently, I was working at a guest house in Miyakojima. It was a live-in job, so I handled most things myself.
A live-in job? That's amazing. I've never been to Miyakojima.
It was a really nice place. It felt like nature was just gently embracing you. I met all sorts of people, and I learned that there are so many different kinds of people in the world.
Maybe because Erica had lived as a live-in worker, she didn't have much resistance to staying at my place.
Did you know there's a rumor that once you get buried in the sand on Miyakojima, you can never be buried anywhere else?
Buried? Huh?
So honestly, I hesitated at first, but since it was a job, I got buried a few times. Thanks to that, I've evolved into a rare beauty who can pull herself out of the sand on her own. I'm practically their ace.
Yeah, I don't really get it. That's amazing. You must have seen a lot of sights that I couldn't even imagine.
But I don't know the sights you've seen either, Shun. So, while we're living together in this house, please tell me all sorts of things about yourself.
Yeah, sure. A sense of security, like being enveloped in grand nature. Touched by a feeling I hadn't felt in a long time. A pleasant drowsiness washed over me.
Shall we go to sleep soon?
That day, I had a strange dream. The crystal clear waters of a tropical island, the sound of waves, things I'd only seen on social media or TV. Was this Miyakojima? Even though I had no home to return to, my heart was strangely calm. That kind of dream. Hey, do you know this song? And then, I started singing in the dream. When I realized the woman next to me was Erica, the scenery of the dream slowly faded away, leaving behind a slight sense of reluctance and nostalgia. When I woke up, my familiar ceiling was right in front of me, and a human warmth that made me forget the chill of the upcoming winter. Huh? Human warmth?
Shun, sing it again.
When I opened my eyes, Erica had slipped into my futon, using me as a body pillow. Before going to sleep, Erica came over to talk for a bit, but after that, we should have properly gone to sleep in our own rooms. Erica, wake up!
Just one more verse.
She hugged me even tighter, and I immediately jumped out of bed. I then issued a strict ban on sneaking into my futon.
Thanks for bringing me here today, Shun.
About 4 months after we started living together. On this day, at Erica's request, we had come to an observatory in the suburbs overlooking the city's night view. It's a bit chilly at this altitude. Are you okay?
I'm fine. I'm used to nature, and the air up here is so clear it actually feels nice.
By this time, Erica had started talking to me casually again, just like in the old days. We just gazed at the city lights without saying anything in particular. Even that silence was comfortable, and then Erica quietly began to speak.
I can't put it well, but there's something I've been thinking about for a long time. It's obvious, but there are so many people in the city. There are so many lights on in the houses. But I'll never know the lives of almost all of those people.
Yeah, that's true.
That just makes me feel so overwhelmingly sad. Or melancholy, I guess. That's why I decided to fly around to different places.
I somewhat understood what she was trying to say. The number of people you can connect with in your life in this world is just a tiny fraction. Most people pass by without you ever knowing them, without ever interacting with them, without even realize you interacted with them. So even just exchanging words is amazing, and having the opportunity to get to know someone is something truly special.
Even a chance meeting is preordained. Such a beautiful saying. It's my absolute favorite. So I've lived my life trying to see as many sights, see the world, and meet as many people as possible. But in the end, I realized I wanted to live with you. I want to return to the home where you are.
What's this all of a sudden? You're throwing me off. My heart tightened so much it ached. Maybe it was because these were the words of Erica, who had experienced so much more than me, despite being younger. How incredible was it that out of all those experiences, she chose to live with me? To me, who I learned the hard way how difficult it is to build a life with someone else, it felt like an unbelievably immense honor.
Sure, it's been a while. How have you been?
Why are you here? That day, when I came home from work as usual, Kaede, who had broken up with me and moved out 6 months ago, was standing in front of my apartment.
I was wondering how you were doing. You missed me, didn't you?
No, not at all.
Ugh. Hey, Shun. Why don't we start over again? This time, just like you said, I promise I'll make a better effort to clean the room and do other chores.
Didn't you meet a rich guy? Why are you back to me?
That's because you're the one I want. Money could never replace your sincere love. You know how they say you only realize how important someone is after you lose them? I was an idiot, so you'll forgive me, right?
Sincere, huh? Do you even know what that means? I bet if we fight again, you'll just go looking for another guy on a dating app.
I won't do it again, I swear. Never again.
Why would she declare it this strongly now, when she wasn't even the least bit apologetic the day we broke up? I was just thinking that there must be some kind of circumstances behind this.
If things just didn't work out with your new guy, shouldn't you go look somewhere else?
Erica had just returned from shopping and firmly stated that to her.
What is it? Who are you? This is none of your business, right? I'm his ex-girlfriend. We're having a conversation, so don't get in the way.
I can't do that because I'm living together with Shun.
Huh? You're living with Shun?
Yes, I had just come back from a live-in job and he let me stay with him. I want to protect my life with Shun. So you're the one who shouldn't get in the way.
So that means you're not his girlfriend, right? Just a roommate? We were living together with marriage in mind. You get it? The premise is completely different from someone like you who's just staying temporarily. What he needs is a partner he can live with forever, not you.
It's true that I've flown around to different places, lived in various towns, and now I'm here. But when it comes to the history of living with Shun, I won't lose to you. I lived with Shun a long time ago.
That was a memory from a long time ago. Back when Kota and I were in our first year of middle school, and Erica was in 4th grade. The Morizono siblings, who had lost their parents in an accident while they were out working, and had no other relatives, came to my house holding hands. Kota, Erica, let's get along starting today. My parents and the Morizono parents had originally been childhood friends. Our families were very close. To my parents, the two of them were the legacy left behind by their dearest friends. So instead of adopting them, my parents decided to become their legal guardians and take care of them until they became independent. Erica, can't you sleep? Having entered middle school, I spent my nights playing the acoustic guitar my father owned. Erica was still in elementary school at the time. At night, she would remember her parents and come to me crying. Come here, I'll sing you a lullaby. Hey, Erica, do you know this song? And then I would sing in a whisper while playing soft arpeggios so as not to wake up the rest of the family. Then Erica would quietly close her eyes and breathe softly, looking at peace. Good night, Erica. Those gentle memories from back then. It was such a precious time that I still sometimes remember it mixed into my dreams. And then, the year Kota and I were high school sophomores, Kota decided to leave the Oshitani house and live on their own.
Thank you for everything up until today, Uncle and Aunt. Shun, thanks to you too.
What are you saying? This place is already a home for you two as well. Erica, if you ever need help, you can tell me anytime.
Yeah, thank you, Shun.
Having entered middle school, Erica didn't cry anymore. Seeing her stand so tall and dignified, I wondered just how many emotions she was holding back. In short, my relationship with the Morizono siblings is basically like family, even if our family registers are different. It was a long time ago, but we have almost 5 years of living together as our foundation. That's probably why the two of them showed so much trust, saying, I have nothing to worry about if it's you.
I lived in various places, met all sorts of people, and even after all that, I still realized I wanted to live with Shun. It's not some half-hearted feeling like yours where you just easily swoon over a rich guy you met on a dating app. I can swear, as long as Shun doesn't reject me, I'll never leave his side again.
Kaede, living with you made me realize just how incredibly difficult it is to live with someone else. As different people, we grew up in different environments and saw different sights, so it's only natural that our lifestyles are different. You clash, but you adjust, you compromise, and eventually life together takes shape. That's what I thought as I watched over you, but honestly, I couldn't see a future where things would work out between us. But it's different with Erica. It's more comfortable being with her than it was with you. I have no intention of throwing away the life I have now. I had felt suffocated living with someone else, but living with Erica, I finally felt like I could breathe. Besides, I've already seen how unfaithful you are, looking for other men on dating apps while you were with me. So no matter what happens, I can't live with you. I can't build a life with you. Let's go inside, Erica.
Yeah.
No way! Wait, Shun! Shun!
After that, Kaida loudly called my name for a while, but I went back inside without ever turning back.
Why? Why did it turn out like this?
After that, Kaida grew increasingly frustrated that her plan to get back together with me had failed. Every time she recalled Erica calmly telling her off with a cool expression, it became a habit for her to click her tongue loudly, completely unsuited to her cute face.
If it comes to this, I'll try one more time. That woman shouldn't be at his workplace, right?
Thinking something like that, she shamelessly came looking for me again, but...
Oh, it's you. We meet again.
Huh? You're...
The one who had come to the store was Kota, who had returned from his business trip a few days ago. He had come to buy bass strings, saying he wanted to have a jam session with me for the first time in a while. Wait, you two know each other?
No, not exactly. This lady is someone who was having a little dispute with the young master from one of my client companies.
That happened on the day Kota returned from his business trip. Kota, who had a reputation in his company as the best guy to handle entertaining clients, had been forced to handle a client dinner by his senior right after coming back.
Finally over. I really don't like Hostess Club entertainments.
Wow, it's truly a pleasure talking to you, Mr. Morizono. I ended up talking way too much.
It's an honor. I also got to hear many meaningful stories. I look forward to working with you again.
Even though they had the inheritance from their deceased parents, Kota had worked part-time since his sophomore year of high school to raise his sister. His worldly wisdom was something he acquired by being battered by society, surely a fruit of his hard work. That was when they stepped out of the club, chatting amicably. Kaede stormed over with an aggressive look. Ugh, a messy drama? Kota thought, internally exhausted while keeping a smile plastered on his face.
Oh, Kaede, what's wrong? I told you I had work today, didn't I?
Yeah, but I have something I wanted to talk to you about. When are you going to let me move in with you? You said you would live with me, right?
Did I? Just wait a little longer. I'm busy with work right now.
Busy? I just want you to let me stay at your place. If work is so hard, you could easily just hire a housekeeper, right? Then there shouldn't be any problem.
Could you not say such a buzzkill thing? In the first place, why would we need a housekeeper? Wouldn't the problem be solved if you just did the chores?
Well, I'm not very good at that kind of stuff.
Oh, right. You lived at your parents' house and relied entirely on them before you moved in with your ex, wasn't it? And your ex did everything for you, but you figured that couldn't last forever. So you switched to a guy with money like me. Am I right? Because you figured I'd be able to hire a housekeeper? At first, I talked to you because you're cute and I wanted to see you. But as someone to live with, you're a hard pass. I'm not gonna say something anachronistic like you're a woman to do all the chores, but I just don't feel enough charm from you to want to hire a housekeeper and set up a perfect living environment for you.
Yes, Kaede would vaguely brush it off every time I asked her to do some chores. She never had any intention of listening, let alone making an effort. That's why she switched to a rich guy, hoping to score an easy, comfortable life.
Oh, and also, I have plans to meet a new woman. I was planning to end things with you anyway.
Wait, a new woman? You mean on the dating app again?
Yeah, I've been messaging her parallel to you ever since we met. When we met, you were still living with your ex, so it's the exact same thing. Right, Mr. Morizono? You agree, don't you?
Yeah, well, I guess so. I think so too.
This is the very definition of karma. That's why she was desperately declaring I'll never do it again in front of me the other day.
I was really on edge back then. If you had ruined his mood right there, it would have defeated the whole purpose of me working so hard to entertain him. Well, I had no idea at the time that you were my best friend's ex-girlfriend, though.
Saying that, Kota slowly took a step closer to Kaede.
Not only did you go manhunting on a dating app and fawn over a rich guy while you had a kind boyfriend you were living with, now that you got dumped by him, you're planning to cling to my precious best friend again? If you're planning to hurt the kind Shun, who saved me and my sister's hearts again, I won't forgive you. I'll chase you to the ends of the earth, corner you, and break your spirit until you can never meet a guy on a dating app ever again.
I'm so sorry.
Crying and screaming pathetically, Kaede ran away without even getting the chance to speak to me. Thanks, Kota. I never thought you had actually met Kaede.
I never even met her while she was dating you. Talk about a strange twist of fate. But I'm glad I worked hard to entertain that client's young master that day, even if I hated it. It meant I could protect you, Shun.
To the Morizono siblings who always felt indebted to me, I thought I should also return the utmost gratitude. Now, just a bit about what happened after. As for Kaede, who had been dumped by her new guy and failed to get back together with me.
Mom, Dad, is it okay if I live at home again?
We were so happy you finally moved out and became independent, and now you're coming back? You don't do anything around the house but complain! If you've learned your lesson from this, then learn to support yourself!
She was terrified her parents would abandon her as well, but it seems they allowed her to live at home so she wouldn't cause trouble for anyone else. But that was only providing a place to live. Her parents hardened their hearts, as if re-raising the daughter who had ignored their warnings up until now. It seems that with this incident, she finally reflected on her actions and started making an effort to gradually build up her life skills while living at home.
I was so spoiled, thinking someone else would do it for me even if I didn't.
Parents won't be around to live with you forever. Everyone has to do things on their own eventually. For someone whose heart remained a child and who always relied on others, there's surely a lot she has to learn from now on. Just getting through daily life, the strength to live is what is required of her now. And as for me, the lease on the apartment I rented to live with Kaede had expired. I decided not to renew the contract and moved to a place that suited me better. After packing my bags and looking around the familiar room, I felt deeply moved, realizing just how spacious it was. Is that everything packed? Thank you for looking after us until today. I bowed my head to the empty room. Looking back, the days I spent living here weren't bad. The location was good, it was more than spacious enough, and I was able to live comfortably. And above all...
It was fun, wasn't it, Shun?
Yeah, it was. Thanks to this room, and you, Erica. My best friend asked me, could you let her stay for a bit? But I ended up living with Erica until this day. And starting tomorrow, we're moving into the home where I'll live with Erica, who is now officially my girlfriend.
I'm glad for you, Erica.
Kota, who had protected his sister in a place of their parents, smiled quietly. He had suddenly left her house to live on his own in his second year of high school. I was honestly shocked when I heard that the reason was because he noticed the feelings his middle school-aged sister had for me.
Thank you, big brother. I'm grateful for everything, especially for prioritizing my feelings.
Why so formal? I just thought that I had nothing to worry about if it was Shun.
He had shown his trust in me with those same words before. It was probably partly because he knew about Erica's feelings. People laughing with their loved ones, or people crying alone with their arms around their knees. It's impossible to know everything about everyone's lives, and that fact just makes my heart ache.
The home I return to? I want it to be wherever you are, Shun.
Me too. The days I spend living with you are my greatest happiness, Erica. Narrowing our eyes at the morning sun, those two voices we softly murmured were swallowed up by the dawn sky. While wishing that the days of the people living quietly in this corner of the world will be bright ones.
Hi guys, this is Yoko. Shun and Erica make a great couple. And let's say Kaede just got what she deserved in the end. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video.